back to my channel. Good morning, vlogsters. Vlogsters, please forgive me for the sound of that machine. It is out of my reach, and my husband is out of the room doing his own thing. I actually was not feeling good at all, and I'll tell you about it in a second. But first, join me as we have our first sip of coffee for the day, which is well-deserved and well-needed. Hi. Look, I got my second COVID vaccine today. Oh, I lost it. I bet you it's in my dress. I had a rough morning. I'll tell you about it. I really wish I could lower that. I don't have my headphones out here either. I feel like it's very warm today, so I have on like a spaghetti string top with the pants. This is like 2 pieces. What I found is wearing pants helps with my bladder. Don't ask me how. It doesn't. It actually just helps with, like, if I, for some reason, don't make it to the bathroom in time, it's less messy with pants on. Sounds weird, right? So I want to talk about today. Yesterday was a day of work, so today was supposed to be a day of rest. But yesterday we only did like a little work because we did a lot of work on Monday and Jim was really tired. So I said, you know, there's no harm in basically everything that we should have done on Tuesday we did on Monday, plus he did Monday stuff. So I was like, really, you could just rest. There's no harm in just resting. And he had like, in the afternoon, he had a little ants in his pants. So we did like go over a few things. And anyway, today was a day of rest, but we had our COVID vaccine second dose shots scheduled for 10:40 this morning. So the plan was that Jim would drive, and then he would just jump. I would just jump out with my walker, and you know, I say just jump out, like. So there's a couple of things I realized. My old van, when I had originally hurt my knee, my old van was a little lower to the ground than this one, and I was able, when my knee was bad on the old van, and I was a passenger, I was able to really just sit on the chair, put my leg in, and put my leg over. That is not the case here. Either that or my legs have shrunk significantly. No, I'm kidding. It's not the case. So I tried to be the passenger, and that was not good. And I don't mean like control issues. It was like I couldn't get in the van. If you imagine that when you go to get in a van or a car, you put in your one leg that goes in first. That makes perfect sense, right? You bear your weight on the other leg while you're doing that. The reason I've been so successful at driving is because my weak leg goes in first. And then I can push off with my good leg. Well, driving itself has been very uncomfortable. The moving back and forth from the brake pedal to the gas pedal. And I will tell you something about that. The old car, the configuration was much different. Perfect example is I actually went to go move. I wore my slides and I went to go move from the gas pedal to the brake pedal, and this brake pedal is much higher. The other car, they were level. This one is like the gas pedal's down here and the brake pedal's up here. So as I was moving to the brake pedal, I caught my shoe underneath it. So for this car, I never really realized that you really have to have much more range of motion, which wasn't bad. I made sure I kept plenty of space. Just like if I had hand controls or something, like you just definitely want to make sure that you have, be more aware of your surroundings be as aware of your surroundings as possible. Be as aware of your, yeah, exactly. Maybe I need more coffee. So, getting into the passenger seat really did some extra damage that I wasn't expecting. I really didn't prepare for how bad it was going to be. Now, I have gotten into the passenger seat before, but I don't think from the ground. I think I've only gotten into the passenger seat from the curb. And that, of course, makes a huge difference. So if I have to do that again, I'll make sure that it's from the curb. That being said, it was awful. Actually brought me a little bit to tears with the pain. Not like I'm not pitying myself or whatever. It just hurt that bad. So I ended up getting into the... Hey.
Hi.
What's that?
This is that birthday stuff you said you were talking about?
Oh, are you cleaning?
Yeah, I'm going to do a little...
Can you...
cleaning while...
That's okay. Can you just lower that so I can vlog?
I'm cleaning... Oh, you're not going to trash can.
I had a hard time getting this. I also knocked over my electrolytes. I texted you because I didn't want to bother you vlogging.
Oh.
I texted you if you were vlogging. Sorry. Thank you.
I'm just going to put this back in the bedroom on the bed,
Yeah.
and we'll deal with it later.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks, Dan.
Yep.
So, of course, he's a rock star. He totally is like, what can I do? What can I do? I don't know if I can do that. Let me try to do that. I don't want to do that without hurting you. Like, he's really been really great. And then, of course, I get frustrated and upset. And then sometimes I snap at him if he doesn't do the exact thing that he's not reading my mind for. So I'm always apologetic. Just like, sorry, I didn't mean to. Babe, can I bother you one more time?
What's that?
Can I bother you one more time?
Sure.
Could we try putting both of these pillows under this leg? I would like to sit up, but I need the leg to be like elevated a little bit more. Okay, you ready? Perfect.
All right.
I love you, thanks.
Love you too. You're welcome.
Have fun.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's better. Whew. When I lay back, it's just like, I feel like I'm all boobs. Anyhow, sorry. I digress. So, finally got 3 minutes till we had to get to Walmart into the appointment. I know that they're flexible. I finally got behind the driver's side and started driving off. Of course, it was uncomfortable, and every time I was blessed with a green light or no traffic, I was like, praise Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you for this. I was just like so gracious whenever I didn't have to stop on the brakes or whatever. Set the cruise control so I don't have to put pressure on the gas, but I just can hover over the brake, which is nice. I think I've talked about that in travel vlogs before. But we got there, and then again, praise Jesus, nobody was waiting behind us, and I was able to stop really in the middle of the crosswalk with my hazards on and get out and go into where the pharmacy is. Of course, it took quite a bit of effort. I basically just made it to the pharmacy by the time Jim got in the driver's seat, parked, and came in and found me. Like, it was that quick. Excuse me. This is my first coffee this morning, but I did have my Metamucil and a protein shake. In fact, I have to take more ibuprofen. So I just remembered that. I know I had a couple of people concerned about the ibuprofen in my last Make Meds with Me Fill My Combler video. But I assure you, or I'm trying to reassure you, that I am not overdoing it. I'm not even quite, like, if I had prescription strength, I'm not even doing as much as prescription strength. But anyhow, and I'm not doing it every 4 hours. I'm really doing it as needed. But I did this morning like I needed it. So I did the extra to basically get up to prescription strength. Okay. Focus. Bring it back around. So I got in and I just sat down, and the lady came out and asked me, I was there for my second shot. She saw that I had my walker with me, and I said, yes, my husband's coming in. He's online. He's going to do the things and fill out the paperwork or whatever. So she gave us paperwork this time. Last time we didn't have paperwork. Last time we stood at the register and the gentleman took in the intake. We were both able to fill out a pre-intake paperwork questionnaire before we got there. And then this time, I had the pre-questionnaire in a text message and Jim didn't. So for some reason, he got to the register and he comes back with paperwork. But last time we didn't have paperwork. Last time we brought in reading glasses and didn't have paperwork. This time we didn't bring in reading glasses and got paperwork. So it's not a really big deal. We got a really nice pair of readers that we shared. I was like, go over there, buy a pair. They're like $6, I think $6.50. He said with tax or whatever, which is cheaper than the blue blockers, but more expensive than Dollar Tree. But they're nicer. Like, they think they'll last a little bit longer. And I got threes because he's a $2.50 and I'm really like a $3.50. So threes is something like we can share. So I filled out mine, and then he filled out part of his, and I filled out the rest of his. And then we got our shots, and I just asked. I was like, "Is there, because there's a waiting area there because they want you to wait 15 minutes." The last time we got our first shot at Walmart, they said wait 15 minutes, but you could shop. He's like, you can walk around the store. Just make sure you let me know you're good to go. So I sat on a bench. They had the benches back out at the pharmacy, which I was so grateful for because I was able to swing my leg up and put it on the bench. And there was 2 benches, so I wasn't taking up a whole bench because that was really my concern. So I did that and waited there while Jim did some shopping. I was kind of disappointed. Last time we were able to both go shopping, but I was hurting already and I wasn't going to do anything to make it worse. So, just waited there. Jim went and got a few things. We just needed a couple of necessities around the house. Wipes and the glasses he paid for. But anyhow, there's something else. I can't remember. He picked it up though. Then we also had a site-to-store pickup. We needed more dryer balls, as well as I needed those garment bags. If you've been watching the channel with the cleaning and reorganizing, we were getting garment bags for my winter dresses to basically lay on top of the box, the winter boxes. So we picked those up. Another box of electrolytes and one more thing besides the garment bags. There was garment bags and electrolytes, and then it was glue sticks. So Mom got me a Shore Bonder glue gun for Christmas, but it is a regular size, not a mini glue stick. And I don't have any of those, so I didn't have any. So I ordered some Gorilla Glue sticks. They have 8-inch ones, which was pretty cool. I didn't realize. You don't have to load them as much, right? So that's, we went and got those site-to-store pickup. Now, I've told people before, I don't know if you guys know, the site-to-store pickup is now where the grocery pickup is. Like, basically, it's all inclusive in my store. So you don't have to go in the store, which is really great. So we went there and came back, and then we knew we had to get gas, just fill up on gas, so we can just drive around for the next month or so, figure out what we're doing. And then I was like trying to figure out what we're going to eat. Now here I am, I'm in a lot of pain. I got back in the car. It took a little extra effort, but I did it. Getting in the driver's side is much easier. Jim helped me by basically picking up my knee and putting my foot in the car. Then I have to do this whole thing where I maneuver it and I walk it. It's just like a mess, but I put my hazards on. I asked him to pull really close to the sidewalk there, and so on and so forth. I'm trying to think. So I asked him, I'm like, you hungry? Do you want to get something to eat? He was at the point where he was so hangry and uncomfortable from walking around in the heat. It was so bad in the heat that he was just like, nothing I said to him he was receiving anything very well. So I was like, I understand. I said to him when we were coming home, I said, I'm so sorry that if I said anything to upset you, but listen, I'm hot. I've burned all my blood sugar. I'm hungry. I'm hangry. I also am in pain. I know you're in pain. I got my shot. You got your shot. I get it. Trust me. I get it. I was like, but we have to communicate with each other. You have to talk to me. I'm not a mind reader. I can't guess what your needs are. You know, I have to just only ask if this is what you want me to do. So after I talked, it was better. And he's like, just go home. So we came home. We both had a protein shake to help curb, basically fill our tummies with some good protein before we figure out what we want to eat for the day or whatever. So it is what it is. But I'm just so uncomfortable. And getting into the house, and I actually pulled in and turned the car a little bit because I wanted to be that much closer to the door. If I would have backed in, also backing in, and I wasn't sure I was going to have great control, but backing in, you know, the front of the car is further away from the house. So I was like, can I just pull in and turn? And he's like, yeah, whatever you need to do. So I did, and it's just, I started to cry. I went into the bathroom. I finally made it into the bathroom. I stripped all my clothes off. I was so sweaty. It's 84 degrees and like 75% humidity out right now. But regardless of that, just walking in pain, oh my goodness. So I'm like so sweaty. So I said, Mom, can we bring me a clean set of pajamas? I almost wish like today would have been the perfect day to be able to like just jump in the shower. But I can't jump anywhere. So just got my body wipes out and just cleaned up all the sweaty areas, and took the bra off and the dress, and it was cute. And I was going to vlog in the cute little dress today, but I was like, nope, it is just sweaty. I couldn't pull my pants up or this shirt down without assistance because it was all stuck to my back. So funny. So funny. I was so sweaty, clothes were sticking to me. Yeah. So I finally came to sit out here. My sweet husband got me my Metamucil and my coffee and my protein shake. He had a protein shake. Hopefully he's got himself some coffee to have a little bit of that extra caffeine that helps his brain in the morning. We did pre-dose with electrolytes. We both split a 32-ounce Powerade Zero. I heard that helps stave off some of the symptoms. So we did that before our shot. So we didn't have as much brain fog as we would normally this time of day, but it is what it is. We tried, we teamworked, we partnered, we argued, we loved, we did all the things in this short period of time. So then I sat for a few minutes and I drank all my things except the coffee, and I was like, you know what? Let me talk to the people. Let me catch up on how it's going. And so this morning, I started to say earlier, I was going to let you know about last night. So this morning, I woke up, went to bed around 10 o'clock, maybe fell asleep by like 10:30, I think, maybe. I woke up at like around 2, just say 2. It was like 1:47 or whatever. So I woke up at 2 to go to the bathroom. Now, I have this canvas bag barrel tote thing. I don't know how to describe it. It's a tote bag, but it's like barrel shaped, cylindrical, not barrel shaped. And it's by my door. And what I kind of keep in there is like things that don't have a home. For example, cell phone accessories. Now, with this whole purge that we just did, we just purged whatever cell phone accessories we're not going to use. We're going to put them in the garage sale box, whatever. But the ones that we need to keep, like I have a couple of screen protectors. Like if this one cracks, I have one to replace it. A couple of different cases that I switch out, but time to time goes by. Stuff like that. Earbud holders, that kind of thing. So it's like, where do you keep that in your house? Like where do you keep it? Well, we have this in Ziploc bags there. Plus, we also have our travel, some of our travel toiletries in like Ziploc bags that are there too, because we do have different. So like we have a suitcase, so you can't just leave it in the suitcase. If you leave it in the bathroom, it's very difficult to get to, and you can't put it in your overnight bag because then if you need it in your suitcase, it's one of those things. So we just keep it there. It's a easy 1 gallon Ziploc bag. It's like ready to go. In the 1 gallon Ziploc bag is 2 quarts because the FDA had you had that in quart bags or whatever, like at his and hers. But I keep them all together in a Ziploc bag. So just stuff like that is in there. Well, when we were doing the purge and everything, I'm trying to figure out where we're going to put certain things. One of them is my pocketbooks. I have a messenger bag with Hedwig on it that I got at Universal and I love. And then I have my black and white purse that I've recently had before my birthday, where I got my really great Harry Potter bag. And then a little Mets backpack that I have, like a little embroidered Mets backpack. So just the 3 bags that I kept out of all the pocketbooks and stuff, which I'm a woman, I can have pocketbooks. But anyway, so they don't have a home right now. So he put them on top of this thing, and then we had put other stuff on top of it. So it was really weird that the handle for the messenger bag like came out. I don't know how. And when I went to the bathroom at 2 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't get my walker out the door because it was stuck. The handle of the messenger bag went around the wheel and it got stuck. So I was like, oh, but I really have to go to the bathroom. So I just left it in the hallway with the door open, which I felt bad because I make less noise. If I can close the door, I won't disturb Jim as much. So I left the walker there and I walked and I was like, oh, wow, it feels good. And I walked there. I kind of like knew that I could lean on the thing, and I sat down and I went to the bathroom and I gave myself the regular rest time that I normally do. And I stood up and I walked back to the walker with minimal assistance of leaning on things. And I was like, wow, I feel really good. It feels really good. I'm like, this is going to be great. And then I fixed the wheel. I apologized to him because, of course, it did wake him up because I had to turn the light on because I couldn't see what was stuck. I didn't know if a walker has like wheels in the front and bars in the back, so I wasn't sure. Like, if the bar was stuck, was it around the wheel? Was it around the inside of the wheel, the outside of the wheel? So I had to turn the light on in the hallway, and I felt really bad because I knew that was going to disturb his sleep. But he's like, you okay? And I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know how this handle got out, and it's stuck. And so I was like feeling really good. And I got back to bed, and I laid down and played some solitaire and tried to fall back to sleep. I didn't play solitaire right away. I usually lay down right away. I usually try to lay there for 10 or 15 minutes. And if in 10 or 15 minutes I haven't fallen asleep, my mind means it's not shutting down. So I have to grab an old movie or solitaire or whatever on like blue light reduction, like night mode, to try to fall back to sleep. So I did. I fell back to sleep. I guess around 4. Woke up at 6. Went to the bathroom with my walker. Didn't get stuck this time. Was quiet. And then I left the walker in front of the bathroom and just walked in. And I was like, oh, this is great. Well, on my way back, I kind of like jarred myself. And I was like, oof, maybe I should not take that chance anymore. But I felt really good to do it. It felt so good. Felt so good. So it really gave me confidence for today. And then, of course, trying to get in the car zapped it all out. So I know that was part of where I was trying to go with the story today. It was not just to tell you what had happened in my life, but to tell you, like, how do you let setbacks affect you? Okay, so whether it's in weight loss, whether it's in health management, whether it's in purging, whether it's in just eating better, like nutritionally, whether it's not for weight loss, maybe it's just for health. Whatever you're trying to achieve, how do you react to a setback? And that's really what I wanted to focus on today. Because here's the thing. When I came in and I sat down and I am hurting, and I could have just said all of these terrible things to myself. Jeri, are you kidding me? What's wrong with you? Why did you risk it? Why did you do this? What you could have done. Like, I really could have berated myself and I could have badgered myself. But where would that have gotten me? And another thing to remember is, don't lose focus on the progress just because you had a little regress. So we talk about 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Hey, you're still stepping forward. And sometimes we take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and the next day we take 2 steps back. You know what? You're still ahead. You always have to keep your eye on your progress. They don't want you to keep your eye on your regress. You never heard of a physical therapist or a doctor or a personal trainer say, keep your eye on your regress. Make sure you don't regress. And if you did hear one, just go pick another one. If your doctor has said that to you, go get another doctor. But really, it's important to just keep your eye on your progress, because first of all, seeing what you've achieved encourages you to want to achieve it again. Now, I will tell you the truth about me when I was in my 20s. I would self-sabotage. I was not as happy in my 20s as I am today. I was in like unreciprocated love relationships, and I didn't realize exactly what my value was, not in another person. Really, I really didn't. I worked on that like from my mid to late 20s, and I really didn't actually realize that until right before I met my husband. No joke. Like I think I've told you the story before, but I had just got resolved to like, you know what? You may be alone the rest of your life, and that's okay. You may just have a series of lovers, and that's okay too. So anyway, it's important to focus on the positivity that you're doing. Don't fall into the trap of berating yourself. So in my like I said, in my early to mid 20s, whenever I would lose some weight, I would sabotage and be like, oh, well, I could just eat this then. And to be honest with you, I did that a few times, like, with diets. And so I always be like, well, I know the diet works, but I'm not going to do it, whatever. But as you get older, you realize that you're only hurting yourself with it. And you're not doing yourself any good. And that you deserve better. I mean, really, you do. A lot of people are really self-doubt. They have a lot of self-doubt. They have a lot of down on themselves. They've had a lot of really negative influence in their life. And some people actually have psychological and mental disorders that are chemical and really don't have anything to do with people around them and their environment. Some people just really have like hormonal imbalances that cause them to have depression and stuff. So keep that in mind, but we're worth it. Like, first of all, there's only one you. Even if they say you have a doppelganger out there, there's only one you. There's only you who have had your life experiences. We've talked about this before. God, who made the mountains and the sky and the sea, decided that you needed to be you and to be here now. And that's important. So it's just like, you are a precious treasure. You are the Ming vase, the Ming Dynasty vase, because there's only one. You are the blue, the heart of the ocean? No, that was fake. But you know what I mean? You're the rarity. You're the only you. And even if you're identical twin, you're still only you. Your soul is unique. Your body may not be. And your mind, your face might not be, but your soul is unique, uniquely you. So, just a lot of things to think about. Just keep in mind. I'm going to do like moving my arms because they said it's supposed to be good for when you get your vaccine to like move your arms and stuff. So I'm just going to do a little bit of this. But it's important to not react to regress. Don't feed into it. Don't help it. Don't help it along. Just say like, well, this isn't worth it. I'm not getting anywhere because you're not better tomorrow. So getting into the car really exacerbated it. Coming in the house was like, oh. And to be honest with you, I sat here for about 15 minutes. I drank my Metamucil and my protein shake. And I went to sit up to get the tripod, and it hurt to sit up, which isn't normal. It's just that it's sore. It's sore. I kind of feel like I probably want to put an ice pack on it, because when I used to go to physical therapy, as much as cold isn't good for your arthritis, the swelling, and from working out, it will swell, and they put ice pack on it. So I'm going to probably put an ice pack on it when I'm done talking to you all. I am really happy with my progress. I'm really, 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 very, 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 very happy about how it's going. We are happy about how the progress of the house is going. I'm so happy about that. Jim is really wants to get it done, like really good, like really bad. He's like, all right, I'm ready to get it done. I would like to really get some DIYs under my belt. I was hoping, that was another thing, when my knee felt good enough to walk into the bathroom today, I was like, yes, I can go craft, because my walker won't fit in the door. Like, I'd have to move out all the furniture to get the walker to take me to the table. But when I first heard it, I was able to walk that little bit without the walker. So then I was like, there's no way. And now I'll see. But I'm like, I know exactly what I want to do. I know exactly what I need to do. I have the supplies there. I just need to do it. And share it with you guys, because I miss it. I'm actually at the point where I miss it. And I'm actually at the point now where we're getting ready to like decorate. And I'm like, oh, I would really love one of those things. And I have all the things to make that. So it's like, oh, if I had one of those things, I'm not saying what it is. Yeah. But if I had one of those things, that would look so cute there, or whatever. So, yeah, cheers. Did I tell you guys that I got COVID arm last time? I had to look it up because it was 7 days after my shot, and it lasted for 5 days, where it was totally fine for 7 days. It felt so great. And then all of a sudden I got a hot, red, itchy. But I wasn't sure if it was red because I was scratching it right where the injection was. And I looked it up to see if you can get an allergic reaction for up to 30 days, I think. 60 days? I have a doctor friend. Maybe she'll let me know in the comments. And there's lots of nurses out there. But I think you can get, I think it's 30 days. At least 30 days. You can have allergic reaction 30 days after you've come in contact with the allergen. So I looked to see if it was an allergic reaction. And then as I looked it up, it was like called COVID arm. And it's happened to a lot of people, where it's like 7 days after the shot was like no issues up to 7 days. And then it's this red, itchy, warm to the touch spot. And it just went away. Like, lasted for like 4.5 days. But I say 5 days because it's like Monday through Thursday kind of situation. Monday through Friday is 5 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh God, sometimes I'm like, I wish I had an office job. I could just be like, sit at a desk and organize stuff and just be good. But anyhow, I'm super duper happy with how everything's turning out. I'm really excited for the change. I have plans for this, that, and the other, and we'll see. We have our new air purifier coming in the mail today. So we have a mini air purifier and a fan in our room, and we've had this Dyson desktop model that we got on sale at Best Buy. And it is really powerful fan and air purifier. So what we did was we said, this one has heat and cooling, but we don't need heat and cooling. So we went on to Best Buy's website, because you can either like have no interest for 12 months, or they give you like a certificate, like $20 off. So I had like $40 off because I had 2 certificates. We got other one as well for mom or whatever. So we had like $40 certificates. I was like, we get the one that just does cool, $40 certificate. It'll be a lot cheaper. And we invested in it, because when we move all of our stuff in our room, we're not going to have as much horizontal surface. And I was like, we really aren't going to have room for the fan and the air purifier. So we got it 2 in 1. we'll move the fan and the air purifier into the guest room, which is fine. This way the guests have an air purifier. They have plenty of horizontal surfaces there. So it's coming in the mail today, which I'm kind of excited. What else? We ordered a bed from QVC. They have 5 easy payments when you have a Q card, and we have a Q card. We have our debt was paid off on all of these things, but with the intention and the notion that we would be able to make these purchases. Like, let's pay it off because we're going to have to eventually get this way, X, Y, and Z. So we were able to find a hybrid mattress, which is coils and memory foam. It's lucid, and it's got really great reviews. I don't know. It was on sale for Memorial Day, which is why we went ahead and purchased it now. It comes in a box that you open, and this is one of those commercials where they poof open. So it can stay out of the way until we need it. We also bought a frame, like a platform. And we're waiting for that to come. The platform is relatively inexpensive, had great reviews, and supports 1,200. We get the one that's 1,800. I think it's 1,800 pounds, 1,200 pounds, but that's way more than we need. I was like, we can bounce on it and it'll be fine. So that's coming, and I'm excited for that. So the plan is to move the queen size mattress, box spring, and frame out of the guest room and put our bed in the guest room. And then Jim and I will live in the guest room for the construction period, which is probably just going to be a week. He thinks it's going to be just a week. It really depends on the floor, how we get the floor laid down and stuff. Then we'll set up the new bed in the new, in the finished room, and move the furniture back in. Now, just to give you guys an idea, my bed isn't terrible. Actually, I've had lots of guests come and say it's a pretty good bed. It's just not good for Jim, and it's not great for me, especially now with this injury. It's a very supportive mattress, so we're hopefully going to get one that's a little less firm. I think this is extra firm, and we're going to get firm. But with the memory foam, I think it'll be okay. But I said to him, this mattress was so relatively inexpensive that even if we just kept it for 2 to 3 years, and sold it or gave it away or moved into the other room, I said it would be totally worth it. And the fact that it's a mattress and a platform separate, that if we do eventually get an RV, we're definitely going to get one with a king size, or we're going to move in a king size, and this would be perfect for it. So if we renovate an RV, this would be perfect king size mattress to put in it, because it's really just a good standard, a good mattress, and it's only, I think it's only 80 pounds. That's what the package weighs. So it just, I just said, it'll be good for what we need it for, pretty much. So I'm excited. I really am. It's fresh starts. We're keeping all the other same furniture. It's just relocating to the house. We're doing a furniture dance, as I mentioned before. We're moving this to there while we dance that one around there and that one around there. So that's what I think he's doing today. I think he's in the office working on some of the things we talked about yesterday. Yesterday I went in the office with him, and we made a plan of what I felt was the best way to achieve it. He sometimes is resistant to my suggestions, but sometimes he just, I don't have any idea, Jared, what do you got? So, and then he has questions, so he asks questions. Sometimes I can tell when he's stuck on a question, I'll say this, we'll try this, and when I'm in the middle of saying we'll try this, he's stuck on, well, that's not going to work, and how are you going to do that, and what is going to, all these questions. So I'll stop and be like, okay, what's your question? I can see you have a question. What's your question? We'll work it out. So, but even with the house, so we talked about progress and regress, and I said to him, I'm like, we have the bedroom like cleared out, or the closet like cleared out, or parts of the bedroom cleared out. And I was like, well, you just need to put this in the bedroom. And he's like, oh. I was like, Jim, it's just temporary. It's just so that we can work on this other space. I was like, you can't feel bad about like the fact that it's, you know, it's got to come, we got to do something different, you know? And we had finished the guest room, or he thought we were finished the guest room, and all we did was straighten it and put in the 2 nightstands, but we really haven't done anything. We didn't make the quilt ladder. We put the jewelry box in there, but we haven't changed the bed out. Like, we haven't really started it. But so when I said, could you put this on in the guest room, he was like, oh. I was like, babe, it's okay. It's gonna eventually come out. It's just right now, where are you gonna keep it? So it's important. I tell him, I'm like, important to focus on the progress and not the things that you think are regress. We're not gonna go back. We're not gonna quit. We're not going to end here. We're not gonna be satisfied with it half done. And just be patient with yourself and be patient with me. And this is the process, you know? And I love the direction his life is taking. I really do. I do wish that we were back into big earning money so that we could do our bills and all our bills. So I do wish that. But we'll get there. We will get there. I think that's it. I wanted to talk to you about that and tell you about my day. And I will let you know if I get any adverse reactions. If you follow me on those social medias, I have links to all my social media down below, except TikTok, because I don't really TikTok all that much. And if I do, I usually share it on Instagram anyway. But there's links to all my social medias in the description box down below. And I've saved the description box a lot. But you do realize that there is the title of the video, and there's a little upside down black triangle around the end of the title, where if you click on that, the whole description box will come. It's all of my social medias. It's links to my other channel and Jim's other channel, and Take Care, God Bless. All the things are down there. If I leave a recipe, if I put any links, I'll try to leave it all down there. I sometimes forget, and thank you all for reminding me. Honest to God, I'm really not being sarcastic or facetious. Thank you so much for reminding me, because sometimes between the recording process and the editing process, I forget what I tell you I'm supposed to do. So forgive me. But yeah, keep making progress. Keep focusing on your progress. If regress happens, just rest for the day, finish the day, go on to the next day, and try to have more progress. And that's really the best piece of advice I can give you, because that's the best piece of advice I got to give myself. Okay? All right. I love you. And as always, you guys take care. God bless. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, how about like this? COVID arm. It's a real thing.